Hello everyone, this is Mac. Welcome to NCR India free video tutorial channel on YouTube. Here in this tutorial, I'm gonna continue. My previous project was a solar system, and in our previous tutorial, I have already made the two spheres. The first one was the Sun, and another one was the Mercury, right? And after making them, you can even make the other 7 spheres as well, which resembles to the other 7 planets in our solar system, right? And the first one was the Mercury that we already created in the last tutorial, and the same way I have also created other planets as well, the Venus, and then Earth, Mars. You can save them, and you can even write these data, basically their sizes, that Mars is having 0.4 size. Drag down around the window by pressing Alt and the middle mouse button, and after that you can see here Jupiter having a size 1, Saturn having a size 0.9, Uranus having a size 0.7, and the last one is the Neptune, which is having a size 0.15. okay, so after giving them appropriate size and as I've told you that I have placed them randomly on this x-axis, and I did not give them an appropriate or particular position. But if you want to place them somewhere else, or if you want to increase the distance between these two spheres, every pair of the spheres or planets, then you can do that by using the snap tool, which is on the status line here after your main menu bar, right? For that, first you have to decide which planet or which sphere you want to move onto some another grid intersection. Remember that, guys. I'm telling you a way to move your spheres onto the another grid intersections. Where grid intersections basically are these. Here you can see it. This is the one of the grid intersection. This is the another grid intersection. This is one more grid intersection, and you have infinite grid intersection on this grid, right? And the center of every sphere has to be placed on one of these grid intersection. Now for doing that, you first have to decide which sphere you want to move on this grid. So let's say if I want to move let's say the last one, I want to move this last sphere called Neptune. Then you have to select it. No, let's choose another one. Don't choose this one. Let's choose this one. Okay, now I want to move Uranus on the grid, anywhere else on the grid. And what I need to do is that I have to select that sphere. I have selected it, and after that you have to select the move tool. After selecting the move tool, if you will move it, then it won't let you move on exactly on the grid intersections, right? Now for doing that, you have to use the snap tools here, that is called the snap to grids. Press it. Now you move it. As you can see that your manipulator has been changed from the square to circle. Here this is a yellow circle, before it was a square, right? So press it and select this sphere. Now move on any other grid intersection wherever you want on this grid. See, your center is only moving along the grid intersections, right? So it was placed here. Let's say if I want to move it to here. Okay, now in that way you can move any sphere or any your center of any sphere on any other grid intersections. So this is very easy way to give them an appropriate position on the grid, right? So let's move this one as well. Move tool here. Okay, guys, so you can see the data. You can actually note down this data that I have given, related to their positions and their sizes both. Okay, and let's move press the space bar and come to the 4-panel view. Now here in the perspective window, you just maximize it by pressing the sphere space bar. Now here you can see all of these planets and the Sun. Now the one thing is that you have to remember, that the Saturn is also having a ring around him. Around it. The Saturn is also having a ring around it, and you have to make that ring. Now for creating that ring, what you need to do is that just go to create nose primitive, select a torus shape. Now here you can see this is a torus made on the center of this grid, and come back to the top view so that you can see it. You can visualize it well here in this top view. Now you can see this is the torus. Torus is basically a donut shape, right? And let's move it on to the center, move it center to the center of Saturn. Where is the center of the Saturn? It is at the 25, so let's move it on the 25. Sorry, select it and write 25 here. It's done. Right, now just come back from the top view, go to the perspective window and maximize it by pressing spacebar on it. Right, now here you can see it that the torus has been added around Saturn, but to visualize it in a better way, what you need to do is that press 5 to give them a surface. Now here you can see that the torus is actually cutting into the center of this Saturn. Now first of all, we have to flatten this ring, and even name it as ring. This is a ring, so remember that, right? Name it and now flatten it. How will you flatten this ring on this grid? By giving them a size 0 on the y-axis. Now see, this is being flat. It is actually being flattened on this window. To visualize this from closely, what you need to do is that press F, select this ring and press F. Now this is being focused and you can see it. You can visualize it in a better way, right? Now the thing is, the ring could not be like that. The ring has to give some gap between the sphere of the Saturn, between the Saturn and the ring and the inner radius of the ring. There must be some gap. Right, now for making that gap, you have to go to the attribute editor. Right, now go to the make NURB torus 1. Now here just give them a height ratio around 0.258. okay, and give the radius as 0.15. Now here you can see we are having that gap between this Saturn and the ring, right? So it's done. Now that's all about this. In the next tutorial we're going to continue this project, and we'll be making more interesting things, and we'll be doing some very interesting things with this project. So keep watching, don't forget to put your views and comments. Thanks, bye bye, take care.